Hey everybody, it's Britton again, here with the worm in experiment that I got going on, kind of, I guess. There's the unit. Let's see, I had to bring it in the house since my last video here in Elk Grove, Sacramento area. After a few days after my first video, it ended up getting hot. Today I think it's supposed to be 103 or something like that, and that's been sustained over 100 degrees for at least the past few days. So I had to bring it in because as far as everything I've been reading, ideally these worms and these microorganisms like about 65 degrees Fahrenheit or so, and I like they can take it up to 80. They like 80 degrees. That's cool. Any more than that, and I guess they start getting uncomfortable. Up to, I read 95 degrees, and they start dying, which isn't good. So, like I said, it got pretty hot outside, and my worm in. There's my meat thermometer on top. It ended up getting up to like 93 degrees, and that's when I was like, nope. I got to bring it in the house. My wife didn't really like it, but she's cool, and she understood. And so I brought it in the back bedroom. Thankfully, it's an aerobic process. You shouldn't be getting any smells from it. Nothing nasty anyways. Today I'm going to get inside, check it out. It looks like they've, what's today? Today's August 11th, if I didn't mention that, so... It's been a few days, I think like 6 days or so since my last video, and it looks like they've been munching. I've got some shredded up newspaper here I'm going to use for bedding, and I made some delicious worm food. No, it's got some asparagus in there that we let go in the fridge for too long, and it ended up getting all nasty in there. And so I froze it along with some banana peels and thawed it out yesterday. I chopped it up, kind of trying to help the process along a little bit. And I put some fresh fruit in there. There's a fresh banana peel on top. Went outside, put a couple handfuls of just some dirt right out of the backyard, a couple handfuls of leaves crushed up a little bit, and I got some coffee grounds and some crushed up, as finely as I could crush up with my fingers, eggshells. So I'm going to load this thing up and see what happens. I'm not sure, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here, but I think I might be over watering. I mean, there's just a few ounces of leachate in there that I've gotten, total. But I've been trying to do as much reading as I possibly can. Oops. About this, and excuse me here. And they like it moist, but they don't like it too wet because they'll drown. If you ever seen after a nice rain, you go outside, of course, and what do you see all over the ground is a bunch of worms because they don't like it too wet. They breathe through their skin, so too much water will drown them. And so when I come in, I usually check it. And I've been feeling the top, and the top paper is kind of dry. And so I'm always like, oh, and I grab my water bottle, and I start to spray them. Luckily, I think this system has been a little forgiving because of the way that it's built. The continuous flow through with the drawstring on the bottom, any additional moisture is not going to be trapped inside. It will drop out. Forgive me for my phone. I've got this Samsung Galaxy 2, and sometimes it gets out of focus, and it takes a minute. But they have been chowing on everything I've given them. Been kind of surprised, actually. Worms are looking good in there. It's a little moist. I don't think it's anything too bad, though. But it does look like the food that I did put in there. Here's a couple chopped up pieces of zucchini, yellow zucchini squash, and these are all dry. Oh, check that out. He's all... Oh, that's kind of weird that these are so dry and brittle. So anyways, yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty good. It looks like they're working. It looks like they're doing their job. That's what I got them for. And I'm going to take these worm castings whenever they get ready. And I've got a plot that I'm renting down here at the Elk Grove Community Garden. And I'm going to use the worm castings and try to make some compost tea. And feed my vegetables. I've only been growing, just loaded up. I've only been trying to be a wannabe farmer, I guess. This is the first year I've ever actually grown anything besides a tomato in a pot. And it's been fun. I've been having a lot of fun doing it. And so anyways, there goes the food. It's in there. It's all mixed up. Just threw it in on top. You know what? I'm just going to load it down. I hope that I didn't add too much nitrogen. And I hope that it's not too much for the worms to eat. I'm hoping that I think it's called Cordova, the book backpack material. It's really breathable, and so I'm hoping that'll help dissipate if there is any ammonia due to the breakdown of all of the vegetative matter, that it won't kill my worms. Yep, that's the worm food. Yes.
Why?
Because they're gonna eat it for us.
For what?
Yeah, they're gonna eat it for us.
Oh.
Yep. And
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's good. So I'm gonna put some bedding on top. Oh yeah, they don't like the ammonia. Apparently, as far as I've been reading, there's a carbon for vermicomposting. You want like a carbon nitrogen ratio of 25 to 1.
Daddy.
I'm putting the bedding. That's the newspaper in there. They need it. The carbon from the newspaper helps to keep down some of those smells as well, I guess, if any arise.
Right.
And it should be all aerobic, so it shouldn't be too nasty. Here's my spray bottle. Yep, we're going to spray some water in there.
Why, Daddy?
They say it should be as moist as a wrung-out sponge.
Sponge?
Yes.
Why?
Because they're worms, and that's what they like.
Like?
Yeah, that's what they like.
Eat the
Mm-hmm. So the worms are going to crawl around in there.
There?
Yep. And do their job.
Yeah.
Today's August 11th.
Lemon?
Mm-hmm.
Lemon?
And I'm going to leave it and let it sit